All right, so I just put a notice on Twitter that my stream is live. If you're watching, just a chilled one tonight. Wasn't sure what to expect. The atmosphere was supposed to be amazing, and it is relatively average, I would say. At the moment, I'm shooting just a whole bunch of near infrared images because shooting color at the moment is a little dicey. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot some infrared. Hi, Marlon. How are you? Nice to see you. I just realized how much of a hick it sounded like when I said that. Hi, Marlon. That's, yeah. Sorry about that. That's funny. I was actually gonna, I've got a playlist. I wonder if I can find it. Of some I might play music, I don't care, just because it's super chilled tonight. It's actually not that cold. Let's check on the scope and see. Yeah, overall, it's actually, I mean, you know, average seeing. It's worth shooting. May as well do it. I wonder if I can find my playlist and see if it sucks or not. Okay, no, I need to keep shooting here though. Yeah. Okay. If it all turns out okay, I can make like a, even if it's average, I can make a little animation of Europa coming in from the side over here. So this is Europa, this is Io. Io just popped out from behind the planet, and Europa is gonna go behind. But Io, yeah, so Io and Europa have been moving in their behind the planet orbit, which means they are going to the left. And you know, the Great Red Spot's right there in the middle. Hello, Prima946. I don't know if you want me to use your real name on YouTube or if you're under like witness protection or something like that. So I won't tell anyone what your real name is, just in case if you're trying to keep your anonymity. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Thanks for joining. Just chilled tonight, playing around, imaging some Jupiter. In near infrared at the moment. And we can see the moon Io here on the left, and Europa coming in on the right. And when I say coming in, they're both actually behind the planet. They're both in the, I don't know what you call that particular part of their orbit, but they're where they go behind the planet in relation to our view. Let's see. Yeah, it's weird. I've got a, I mean, seriously, when I looked at the prediction for the atmospheric conditions for tonight, I was tentatively very excited because it predicted it to be almost as good as it can get, which was awesome. But I'm not. It's totally made up, Brendan Wainwright. It's completely fake. Everything I'm saying is a lie. Oh shit. No. I blame you for what just happened. The atmospheric conditions are supposed to be really good, and they're not. They're average. So I'm just shooting infrared at the moment. So Brendan Wainwright is currently watching, or he popped in for 2 seconds to heckle me and now he's gone. But if you want to see some really epic shots, some great photography, and some mildly entertaining stories on Instagram, go check out his Instagram. He's also got some pretty, mediocre time-lapse videos on his YouTube channel. So they're okay. I mean, for Brendan, they're okay. They were only used in a couple of movies here and there. No, they're really good stuff. Go check out Brendan's channel. He's a friend of mine. He's a guide in Cape Town. He does mountain guiding. So we're making this about you, Brendan. Hope that's okay. I can give him a hard time because he yeah, the seeing here is the atmospheric conditions here are average. Oh shit, they're average. I've seen a lot better. A couple times. I mean, it's average for where I'm at. That's for sure. But yeah, there's a scale. There's a special scale that we use for atmospheric conditions, for astrophotography and seeing and all that kind of stuff. And it's called the Pickering scale, and it's a scale of basically 1 to 10, where it's how good is the flicker, is what we're seeing. How good is that? And I would give this a 5, because a 10 would be where it's like you can see the moons. There's no flickering in the moon. Like, check this out. Oh no, I can't change that. Let me change it here. See, check those moons flickering like beasts. If we were at a 10, they'd be just dead stable. It'd look like an image, almost. It wouldn't look like the video feed that it is. So that's why this is only average and not, I'd say, about a 5 or maybe a 6. I'd say it's more like a 6 out of 10 now. But that's just like something you end up deciding after you shoot a whole lot. So yeah, announce yourselves. Let me know who you are if you want. You don't have to, I suppose. I was finding this stupid playlist thing. I wonder if this is gonna suck or not. I don't really care. This is royalty-free music. Whoa. I wonder if you can hear it or not. I'm gonna start that one over. Yeah. If you can hear the music and you hate it, too bad. If you can't hear the music, then great. Maybe it'll be just like a little bit of plinky plinky in the background. But I do some video stuff here and there, so I've got a bunch of royalty-free music, so this is YouTube safe and they won't get rid of my video later. So I'll try and make it not too loud. Maybe I'll just be able to hear it. I don't know. It's mostly like instrumental stuff. So. Yeah, so basically also check this box. So this yellow box that you see on the screen, that is what is being recorded on the camera sensor. Anything outside that box is being discarded. So that keeps my file sizes to a manageable level. If I were to record the entire camera sensor the whole time, it would be a 1080p video, and I record raw, so it uses quite a bit of hard drive space. Many gigabytes. I've already, just doing this so far tonight, I've captured about 70 gigabytes of this short period that I've been shooting. So let's see. Yes, I'm in South Africa, Cindy. But the question is, I'm gonna view the pre-sunrise show tomorrow, 5 planets. Oh, that. I've seen that several times. I'll see, let's see. I'll see 3 of them tonight. And yeah, I probably won't. I mean, it's gonna be that. It's not just tomorrow, you know. It's gonna be that way for quite a while, because it'll be Venus, and then yeah, Mercury will be popping up. And I mean, Saturn and Jupiter are gonna be where they are for quite a while. Mars is gonna be all in the middle for a while. Mars opposition isn't until September or October, so that's gonna be right above us at midnight in September or October. So anyway, yeah, those 4 dots that are on the screen, those are basically software aids that keep the planet in the dead center of the video frame. So that helps a lot as far as processing the videos that we can make when we do this kind of imaging. So yeah, no, it's getting better and better. I definitely give this a 6 out of 10 now. So I know it's very, you really care about that. But you're seeing a 6 out of 10 right now. I'll probably never see a 10 in my life, at least not in where I live now, because there's too much jet stream, and I live in the city, and it'd be insane to see a 10. I think it'd be impossible. Yeah. Whoa. Easy there. So I also do some manual corrections to keep things nice and centered. Sure. Okay. And I use these buttons here. These control the pointing of the telescope, so I can move it, like, you know, up, down, left, right, that kind of thing, as far as the telescope and at different speeds. And then over here, this is doing automatic capturing for me at certain lengths. I'm capturing 90 seconds of video at a time. Like just getting a whole bunch of video. But I've been imaging every single night since let's see, I imaged the 11th, I imaged the 12th. I think since the 11th I've imaged every single night now. And I'm running out of hard drive space at the moment. Oh, it's really getting quite stable here. There's like moments of stability. Not bad. We're almost losing IO out the side of the capture box there. So I'll stop this acquisition when we lose IO, most likely. I also constantly adjust focus, so I've got, this is the live histogram of the image. This is my, I've got a robotic focuser that is hooked up to the telescope, and it's got a little motor on it, so I can control the focus in and out, which I do adjust pretty much constantly to do my best to deal with changes in the atmosphere, because you know, there's a lot of air and junk in between me and the sky and space, basically. And there's a lot of stuff in that air that causes all kinds of problems for this. That's why we don't see a perfect image. It is literally only because of all that air and the junk in the air. So if there's a lot of local pollution, which is a thing here, we get a lot of problems with that in Josie and Joburg, and also we get a lot of jet stream issues, which the jet stream brings a lot of storms to the Cape Town area, and anywhere kind of below where I am, and then being on the edge of that, it just churns the air up, so there's just a mess in the atmosphere, and we're constantly dealing with that. So that's why it's blurry and you don't get a perfect image, but luckily with the software it will grab little tiny bits of the frames and pick only the good ones and then average those on top of each other and make them look nice. So then we can, that's some of the processing we do. That also decreases the noise and increases the good valid signal that we see. So it actually works okay. Let's see. Why is that one? Okay. So if you have any questions or anything about the setup or what we're seeing, always it's cool to ask. I'll answer whatever I can. Ah, you're in Cape Town. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you guys have been hit by massive storms lately. Yeah. For planetary imaging, Cape Town's probably worse than here because, well, for one, the weather there is rough, but the jet stream, I mean, it's right over Cape Town far more often than it is up. If I wanted to get a lot better imaging, I'd have to go north, which would be awesome. Like if I was going to go north into Namibia, that would be great. Set up a remote telescope or something would be cool, or live there would be also quite awesome. Then Brendan can come visit. He probably popped off though. I doubt he's listening or watching anymore. I actually went to Namibia with Brendan once. Took a 10-day trip. Tanya, myself, and Brendan lived out of our car basically for 10 days in Namibia. Didn't really have much of a plan, just went. And it was one of the most incredible experiences. Namibia is freaking magical. The skies there are incredible. And it was just insane. Okay, so we just pretty much are losing IO off to the left now. It's leaving the frame that I was recording, which is fine because we've got how many? 78, almost 78 gigabytes of data that I've recorded tonight alone. And let's see. I've recorded 153,000 frames of video so far tonight that the software has to go through and figure out. Okay, I'm going to let it do one more, and then this will be done for infrared. I think this will actually turn out okay. That's pretty cool. So I'll just let this one finish. Oh, nice. That's fantastic. So Cape Town weather seems to be kicking ass now. That's good. Usually rains and it's windy and stuff in Cape Town in the winter. I wouldn't know. I mean, I've been there like once in the winter, and it was fine. But they have a reputation for bad weather in the winter. So, can you guys even hear this music, or is it just like sort of like in the background and you hear like almost nothing? Just curious. Nobody likes music on these things, but I wanted to listen to just have something in the background. Let's see. This is almost done. It's got about 10 seconds left still. Okay, cancel this. What am I showing you here? There we go. Okay, so that's done. I'm actually going to delete the last file I grabbed because it's, you can hear it. Interesting. Wow, this microphone is good. There's like a little, well, there's a big microphone, but it's up here just like right out of frame. So, let's see. So what was I doing now? I was gonna actually delete another file. I recorded a couple different things. Yeah, so like for example, one file, I recorded this file. Let's see what it looks like if I load it quick. Yeah, so it's the full frame from earlier. And this file is 10 gigabytes just by itself. And I don't want it because I recorded some other stuff. And this is just taking up hard drive space, and I have to be kind of precious with hard drive space. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it now. Okay, I need to make sure that okay, now, while the great red spot is in the middle, should I record? I'm going to look at the RGB. So we're going to look at color, and it won't look color on the screen. It's still only black and white. Sorry about that. That's because I'm using a monochrome camera. And because interesting, that's fine. Because I use color filters, a color filter wheel, so it throws red, green, blue in front of it. So we're gonna first go to red, and it'll look a lot like this infrared that we were looking at. So that's red, and the focus is obviously quite a bit out. Let's see if that's anywhere decent. Let's see if I can capture something. I look at the moons, I look at the features on the planet to try and get a decent focus going. It's actually not too bad. We were recording the near infrared at about 50 frames per second, and we are going to record color. If I decide to record color, we're going to record color at 75 or so frames per second. And so far from red, make a judgment call. I think that might turn out okay, so I'll probably shoot that. Now green, geez, that's really bright. I mean, the telescope is pretty high up in the sky, or rather Jupiter's pretty high up in the sky right now. Make sure this thing's okay. I'm interested to see what this sounds like when I re-listen to the live stream. I've never put music in these before. And it's only playing through my computer speakers. I don't have it like piped through nice. Looking at this moon, trying to get focus. So this is green. Sorry, I switched to green. I don't know if I told you or if you see that, but I have to then kind of pre-focus all of these colors independently, and then we fire it off, and it will automatically capture the red, the green, the blue. Okay, so it's somewhere in between there. There we go. That's not too bad, actually. That's kind of okay. Still a little jumpy, but it's, I've seen worse. Strange having the music on in the background makes me feel like I need to talk more often to like make sure that, I don't know, my voice overpowers the music. Strange. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. That's about as good as we're gonna get for green, which isn't great, and that means blue's not gonna be that great either. So we'll just do a few of the of these RGB captures. Pump that down a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I was adjusting the gain of blue. Now I have to, where was, so green was at 105.590. Okay, it's only a couple hundred off. And this is blue. Blue is finicky. Usually, it's usually quite a bit more picky as far as the atmosphere is concerned. It's quite a bit harder to get dialed in, but if you have good seeing, blue is amazing. But it's difficult to see. Hey, Frank. Yo, Frank. My friend Frank is watching. Frank doesn't know much about space. And he always asks me really intelligent questions, which is interesting. Frank makes some really cool movies though. And he's really good at riding bicycles. So check this, Frank. Go ahead and switch back to red now, so we can start actually acquiring data. There we go. Okay, so now that we're on here, and this is about as good as it's going to get, I have to create a sequence. I wonder if you can see that. Probably not. Let's use 5 of each, red, green, and blue, at 60 seconds each, with a 9-second gap in between. And I put a 9-second gap in between each color because it takes that long to switch from the longest back to, from blue back to red. So, oh, and I need to set a cut box. It's going to be a lot smaller because we're not going to bother with the moons at this point. Yeah, let's go with that. And start it. Yeah. Okay. So now you can see that a countdown has begun here. It's going to go ahead and record. So yeah, now I'm going to basically just let the software record red, green, and blue, one after another. How many did we say we were going to do? 5. 5 times, 60 seconds each. So what's that, 15 minutes or so? It's going to record red, green, and blue. But you can still see Europa here. Europa is going to disappear behind the planet pretty quick. So just switch to green. That's what that flicker was. We're now on green with my focus position, and my camera settings for that particular filter, and it automatically switches that. Oh, this might turn out okay. Looking at it now. But I do adjust focus slightly all the time, especially when the atmosphere is like this. There's kind of a happy medium when you can decide, like, okay, well, if it's super, super bad, and you just have no idea what the hell's going on with the sky, and you're just kind of like hoping that you might get a few frames. What I do is I then find like kind of a happy middle of the of where the focus might be, you know, and I kind of hope that it's going to be there and that the software can pull out some decent stuff. Oh, why did it? Okay, so there's blue. Anyway, and I'll just kind of like let it go and just kind of hope that it records a few sharp frames. But you can kind of do the same thing when the atmosphere is really, really good. You can set the focus and you can just kind of, you know, let it go and just maybe make a small adjustment as it moves throughout the sky, because you know, the air will change slowly as there's, you know, more closer to the horizon and less straight up. But you can kind of be a little more trusting of the focus when it's good. But here, when it's in this like mediocre area where we are with this, where it's just an average seeing night, kind of have to make quite a few changes. Constantly, because I'm just fighting with changes in the sky all night long. So I just kind of stare at this thing. It's like a full contact sport, and you just have to continuously adjust it. So far tonight, I've captured 88 gigabytes of data for a total capture time of 59 minutes. And that translates to about 185,000 frames of video. So I always thought it's funny when, and I did it a long time ago when I first started shooting, because I thought it was cool, and it, I don't know, made me sound cool. But you know, when people say Like when astrophotographers will say like, this image took, and usually it's moons, moon images. And they're like, this image took 50,000. I took 50,000 images and made this moon image. Well, you know, that's fine and sort of true in a way, but it's like this. It's this video. You're collecting video frames. I've shot 185,000 frames now so far tonight. So if I make a post, you know, tomorrow and post some of this that I've done, I could say like, I took 185,000 images and combined it into this one. Yeah, I could say that, but it's a little dodgy, I think, sometimes. I did it though long ago when I started. It's kind of funny. It's interesting to think about the stats though. Like literally it is, you know, hundreds of thousands of frames. Hello, Elisenda. Nice to see you again. I hope Spain is treating you well. People from all around the world. I love it. Super chilled tonight. And there's a terrible song playing right now. Oh my god, what is this crap? Maybe you think they're all bad, but that one was specifically bad. This one might also be bad. No, it's not. This one's good. I think this has got a nice beat. That's one of those, yeah. Yo. The atmosphere has recently or now decided to get bad. Excellent. Ellie. Catalonia. Cool. Yeah, you were here before. Sorry, I got it wrong. I'm bad with that stuff. Getting old, you know. My brain's going. Thanks for joining again, Ellie. Nice to see you here. See if I can get some decent focus. Oops. I love that. So we can use, for focus, we can use Europa over here, right on the limb. It's just about to go behind Jupiter completely. Hopefully that's going to work. Oh, that's good, Ellie. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to explain. That's so cool. We can really see Europa nicely now. Right on that limb, right on, just about to go behind the planet. Whoa, and red looks bad. Oh my goodness. That is rough now. And this is Io, the moon Io, over here on this side. So we've got a couple of moons, the great red spots right here. It's hard to see in the red filter that we're on now, so we're on red. It's going to switch to green in about 20 seconds, and then you'll be able to see that again. But yeah, it looks like our atmospheric conditions have really taken a turn for the worse. maybe they'll come back because they were semi-stable for a little while. Now we'll switch over to green. So this is the green filter. This is what the green wavelength. And I really see, Europa's just about to disappear. I love that when it's right on the limb. I think it looks so cool. Adjust some focus a little bit. And then this is my view. A little more interesting, I suppose, sometimes than the boring. Just looking at Jupiter is kind of boring sometimes, maybe. Okay, so we're switching over to blue now. And this is our 4th of 5 color image captures, and it looks like Europa is almost fully behind there now. It's pretty much gone. I can just see the hint of a pixel here, here and there on my side of things, but I wasn't going to live stream this at all, but it was looking good enough, and what better do I have to do on a Saturday night than share space with the world? Jeez, the neighbor dog is going crazy. Okay, now we go back to red. So this will be the final run of color capture. I'm gonna do red, then green, then blue, and then that'll be the final capture of red, green, and blue for tonight. It's not quite good enough to call it great, but we are only 2 days away actually from the Saturn opposition. So after I capture methane, I'm going to switch over to methane and capture with the methane filter after this, and then we'll switch over to Saturn, because Saturn's it's beautiful, and we're 2 days away from the brightest it's going to be in this particular, in our orbit for the year. On green now. Yeah, so here we are on green. I've lost a little bit of focus. My focus on Io isn't that great. Okay, so this is blue. This is the last capture of blue for tonight. Then I'm going to switch over to the methane filter just now. This isn't that great now. Yeah. Seam's definitely starting to go away, but that's okay. I think this will still be fine for shooting methane. So you can close that. I'll share the screen. Sneaky retweet there. I just retweeted your tweet, Cindy. Thank you for that. So if you saw this on Twitter, feel free to retweet the stuff. Let's see. I was going to switch over to methane. That's what I was going to do. Okay, so this is going to look weird if you've never seen methane on Jupiter. This is going to look a little strange. It's definitely much different than what we're used to seeing, because it's it is quite a bit much weirder. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so yo, I was right in methane. I forgot about that. Okay, so turn off this silly clipping box. Yeah. Oh no. I didn't know Chuck was doing a live stream. Is there something going on the sun right now, James? Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Are you in Australia? Is that correct? Did I remember that right? What was Chuck imaging on the sun? Let me know. We just switched over to methane here on Jupiter, so let's see if I can get this. At least we have a moon. We can use the moons to focus on methane, which is good. So I'm gonna try and get this puppy. Oh, this song's a little insane. Remove this crap. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can find some focus. Ooh. I like how I'm actually seeing some variability in the contrast here on that north equatorial band and the dark stuff, because when you can see that focus. Okay, I didn't think there was anything going on in the sun. Usually I try and keep tabs on that, so I was worried I'd miss something, you know, missed a chance to actually image something on the sun for once. Frickin' boring sun. Sucks. So sometimes when we image the sun, and it's like, so for people who may be watching who haven't didn't know that we could do that. Yeah, we do. We take images of the sun sometimes in astrophotography, and it's when you do this, when you shoot the sun, you have to use very, very, very specialized filters that filter out most of the they filter out most of the light, like 99% of the light or more. I'm just getting focused in here, and is that about as good as I'm gonna get? It's possible. It's actually pretty good for methane, believe it or not. Okay, so we're gonna stick with that for methane. Now I need to take a dark frame and apply a dark frame to this because it is so noisy and so dim and so close to the noise floor of this thing. Gotta be really careful. We bin this and we shoot at relatively long exposure for planetary. We shoot 125, I'm shooting 125 milliseconds. With a histogram of about 50%, which means my gain for this particular thing is 368, which isn't that bad, but it is quite dim. Okay, I think that focus is okay. So now in order to do a dark frame, what I have to do, and this is just because I don't have a big enough filter wheel to put a blank in, I've actually got to control my filter wheel manually using serial commands. So I'm actually talking to it in this box, and I'm going to tell it to move into in between filters. And I'm going to read the sensors on it. So it's now in between filters and it's stopped. So I know I'm good. Now I can take a dark frame, meaning it will subtract this from the video frames in real time. And then I need to reset the filter wheel, so we need to wait for this thing to reset. So you'll see it start to spin, showing some stuff, and it's going to get to the methane filter pretty quick. You can see Io there next to the planet, nice and bright, pretty cool. Okay, so it is now on. This is the wrong filter. I have to change it to the other filter, and there we go. There's that. That's the right filter. And now we are using a dark frame, so I can close this serial connection now, and I wonder if I need to adjust the focus. Methane is tough because it's so noisy. It's hard to really get a decent focus on it. But I'll do my best here. There we go. That's probably about as good as I'm going to get for the moment. It's really not great, but that's fine. The atmosphere isn't great, is what I mean. So for methane, we really only care about the planet. So I'm going to only capture that. And let me get this started and then I'll answer some of the questions. Let's see here. I'm going to do a single filter of CH4, and we're going to do 15 of these. So we'll shoot this for 30 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so we are now recording methane. Now I just have to monitor the centering of it and the focus throughout, but that's okay. Ooh, oh man. Move that over a little bit. Focus is actually, I think it's kind of okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll move this over to this view for you. So there's that methane view. Let's see, I'll go back to the comments now and answer some questions. Oh yeah, this stream was also a spur of the moment thing. I decided to may as well show it, which is good because, you know, then it gives me something to talk about, to do while I sit here and do this boring stuff. Alfred, nice to see you. The dark frame is measuring the emission. No, so the dark frame is actually, it measures and subtracts the noise on the sensor of the camera, and then subtracts that from every frame of the video, because because the methane is so dim that it's very close to the floor of the sensor. It's very close to the dimmest stuff that the sensor can actually pick up. So in order to maintain accuracy and to get a good image with less noise and better real good signal, you need to capture a dark frame and apply that to the frames of video that we are collecting, so that yeah, so it's just like doing a dark frame for normal deep sky astrophotography or any other kind of astrophotography. Well, I'm glad you're glad, because that's good. I actually think I need to go make a cup of tea or something, because I need some caffeine. Yeah, it's just noise. Yep, it's just the dark frame is just for noise removal, just like any other astrophotography. So that's what that's for. I am going to go make a cup of tea. Not coffee, just tea. Maybe coffee. I need to decide. I will go decide. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. Dang, oh, the focus is... feel like it could be better, but the atmosphere is really messing with me at the moment. And it shouldn't, because it's not nice. Okay, we'll keep it there. All right, I'm going to keep it on methane for you, and I will be right back. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee or tea or something. I haven't decided which. There's that full screen computer view. If there's anything on there worth looking at. I'll put it on here. Why not? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I've got coffee. Pretty stoked about that. Where are we here? Aha, hello Rob. Nice to see you. Cindy, that's super cool that you stepped outside and looked at Jupiter. That's like the whole point of me doing this is you're validating what I'm doing by doing that. I just want people to, you know, pay attention and look up more often. And that's what you did. So that's friggin' awesome. That is so cool. Thanks for telling me that, actually. Really cool. It's kind of cold, so, you know, zip up. I've got a heater in here. Anyway, I decided to make coffee. Cheers. It's gonna be cheers just now when I actually press that. Check out my cup though. I'm stoked about this cup, which you can't see. Here we go. Now you can see it kind of. Yeah, there we go. It's a cup I got in Iceland when I went there and photographed the Northern Lights. Super cool. So legit Iceland. I see I lost one of these captures, which sucks, but yeah, well, I've got 15 of them, so it's not the end of the world. James, you use PIPP, yes, to center and de-wobble. Yeah, that's fine, but if you use, yeah, so AutoStacker automatically centers everything. You don't need to center things in PIPP if you haven't captured it centered. If you're using AutoStacker, because AutoStacker will center the frames for you. That's what the whole point with the center of mass of the planet. It does that for you. So yeah, you don't need to use PIPP to do that. Let's see, but if you're using fire capture, if you have a camera that fire capture works with for acquisition, I'm not sure what your acquisition program is that you're using right now, but if you can, highly recommend using fire capture because it auto centers for me. That's what these 4 dots are. It's auto aligning that planet to the middle, and then that yellow box is the cutout frame, and that's what's being captured. That's what's being captured here. Sorry, I'm making my coffee as I'm talking. Is only that what's inside that yellow frame. So that way it saves quite a bit of hard drive space. And yeah, and then it makes all the post-processing a lot easier. You know, your frames are always in the exact same spot, which is super cool. So yeah, it's might be a waste of time. I'm not sure. But listen, if it works for you, that's what matters the most. So try it without, because AutoStacker, it shouldn't need it to be pre-centered if you aren't already recording it centered, but try it. I've always pre-centered my stuff like that I remember. I guess I used to shoot DSLR and it didn't, but I never used PIPP. Back when I shot planetary with DSLR. Oh no! Yo, that was a little much. Back when I shot planetary with the DSLR, I did not use PIPP. Okay, you use fire capture already. You must. Yeah, I've got the MM. I've got the other camera, the monochrome version. Then you need to use this right here, auto align. Use that. That's those 4 dots. That will keep the planet in the center of the frame the whole time. My tracking is not this good. This is why That's what those 4 dots are doing, and then you just move things around with when you move the dots, the software is actually keeping the planet in the center. So it's flipping. Auto align is amazing, and then that cutout box is awesome too. So I use both. I use the auto align and the cutout box. Big tip though, if you use both, you've got to be careful. You need to make sure with the cutout box that you deselect the option that allows you, I wonder if you can see that steam. Of course you can't. Oh, you can. Oh, check it out in the side camera here. Yeah. Oh, good. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can use all the ROI features. You can use auto align. You can use the cutout box. And I've come up with a really good way to use them all, I think, because they're all very handy. But the cutout box and auto align can run into each other, and the way to do that is to make sure that the cutout box always just goes to the center. So don't automatically center the cutout box on the planet, because you're already doing that with auto align. Only do that with one of them. So sorry. Hey Rob, you clouded out tonight. Oh man. Yeah, Jupiter's gassy, but he's around, you know, unless there's another gassy friend. We're also going to look at Saturn after this. Oh, that's hot. That's good. It's not too hot, though. I did not burn my coffee. Don't ever burn your coffee. It's like the worst thing you can do. Let's see, what am I doing? What was that? Yeah, we're going to go to Saturn after this, because we are only... Hey, it just switched over. It is now the 19th of July. That means tomorrow, the 20th, is Saturn Opposition. So tomorrow... There's a better view of this. Yeah, methane, it's like, I don't know. It's not that awesome. Haha, yeah, see? I hook you with Jupiter, and then I keep you here with Saturn. Saturn's coming up after this. So in about, let's see, 12, we're at 12 of 15. 2 minutes, so 6 minutes, 8 minutes. In about 8 minutes, we're going to move to Saturn. And I'm going to look at Saturn in probably only near infrared. So 742 nanometers is the filter that I use for that. So what we're looking at with Jupiter, similar to that. It's a beautiful view though, even if the atmosphere isn't playing along. It's so nice. Saturn used to be my favorite planet until I actually figured out how to properly process Jupiter. Now that I can process the images better, I would say Jupiter's probably my favorite, but you didn't ask, so. Definitely. Always hang out. Why not? Why would you leave? Why would you say goodnight? It's only midnight. And it's only midnight for you too, because you're in Cape Town. So yeah, you got, the night is young. And I just have a cup of coffee, so. Although I'm one of those strange people that I can drink a cup of coffee like right before I go to sleep, right before I go to bed, and It doesn't bother me. I can still sleep. It's strange that way. Yeah, you know, so I've done all the walks of astrophotography, deep sky objects, you know, Milky Way, wide field Milky Way stuff, lunar, high resolution lunar, landscape, wide field stuff, and planetary. And lately, I think planetary has been my favorite, just because it's something I can do here in the city, and I can successfully do it from the city, which is cool. And because of that, I can do it like all the time, and I don't have to worry about the moon. But I like doing the moon, but it's like moon's one of those easy things. It's like you do it when you want to get an easy win, which is cool, and when it's around and it's beautiful. So I do enjoy that. But the planetary stuff, there's always something different, you know, like, oh, the GRS here, or the you know, you're getting a moon transit or a shadow transit or something popping out from around, you know, the moon or whatever. I don't think we'll see Europa pop out. I think we'll be done before that happens. Yeah, we will. We'll be done. And I don't know. I really do enjoy the planetary imaging quite a bit. Yeah, this. Oh, so you're new to the hobby. It's cool. It also means very little sleep, which you're probably learning. Uh, yeah, it's cool. It is cool to see the planets all line up. I mean, Jupiter and Saturn will be in the west, and then Mars will be pretty much straight up. Um, you should be able to see Mars already, actually. It's going to be in the east, but Mars will be pretty much straight up by then. And then when Venus comes up, it's going to be super bright. And then, yeah, Mercury as well, I suppose. And the moon. Yeah, the moon's going to be popping. So it'll be a pretty cool view. Yeah, I can try and show some of Saturn's moons, that's for sure. I'll see what we can do. See where they're located. They're tough though, man. It's tough to see those Saturn moons. But I can do that. Let's see. You said, yeah, I'm doing this from the city, Alfred. I'm doing this from Johannesburg, South Africa. It's a big, polluted city. You do not, sorry, I'm not sure what level of astrophotography you're at, or if you're just an enthusiast, or what your deal is, sorry, but you don't need dark skies. You don't need to go out into the countryside. You don't need to get out of the city to shoot planets at all. It helps because of heat, thermal issues, but you don't need to get out of the city to shoot planets. That's one of the reasons I'm doing a lot of planetary stuff, because I'm stuck in the city. Yeah, I put a tweet out a while back of the there's a whole universe out there, Rob. So Rob's asking me if I've got anything left on my astrophotography hit list. Yeah, like everything. I've shot, I mean, I haven't shot all the targets. I've done, you know, all the different styles, solar even. I haven't done hydrogen alpha solar yet, which is a different animal. But that requires a special telescope, and I'm not in the position to be buying anything like that. Plus, time wise, I mean, you can't really do it all. But I haven't shot hydrogen alpha. I've shot white light solar. Let's see. I have yet to shoot a really nice diffuse supernova remnant. That's one of the things I really want to do, and especially here, I want to shoot. It's been on my list forever, and I haven't touched it, but I want to shoot the Vela supernova remnant. And I've got the narrowband stuff to do it. I just haven't taken the time to do so. Ooh, we're done. That means, okay, I need to switch. Where are we? Okay. I have to recapture my filter wheel now, because I messed with it earlier. So that's done. Get rid of that dark frame, and then switch over to just get rid of this thing. There. I have to refocus now because things changed, and then we'll move the telescope over to Saturn. Let's see here. Yeah, the Neowise photos have been really, really cool that I've seen. I've seen some beautiful photos. Okay, so this is infrared, and I want to focus this a little bit before we move over to Saturn, because when we move over to Saturn, it's going to look cool. And it'll be even cooler when it's in focus. So we'll do that. Okay. Let's see if we can get this as nailed as possible. Ooh, that's pretty good. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Oh, dang. The atmosphere has really... Okay, that's gonna have to be good enough, and then we will focus using the rings of Saturn. Okay, so I'll turn this off. I'll switch this. And now I need to open up my telescope control. And I need to switch this to Saturn. I should, okay, that's on infrared as well. Now, where was I here? There we go. So Jupiter and Saturn are currently straddling the meridian at the moment. That red line is the meridian. And so this is the east side, and this is the west. Well, over here. And we're going to move to Saturn. So now, before I hit this go to, I'm going to switch over to this. We're on Saturn. I'm gonna check this. Oh man, this has been giving me problems. Oh, why has this been doing this? Okay. Which way was it off? Now I gotta remember. Let's see if I can get it to pop in. Okay, it's definitely not there. I might have to go do this manually. I need to realign my scope. Now I'm watching down here in this box. I'm waiting for Saturn to pop in. Might be over here. Nope. Oh wait. Yeah, we got lucky. Sweet. I kind of knew where it was. That's good. Oh ho! Uh-oh. Come back. There's Saturn. Come back. I love Saturn. Okay, so there's our Saturn. Yes, I do like CPWI quite a lot, actually. I'm a fan. What's the word the kids are using these days? You stan, right? A stalker fan? Yeah, I do like CPWI quite a bit. Okay, so this is now centered. There's our Saturn. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I can see it with that wobble tonight. I'm not even gonna bother shooting color. I'm just gonna shoot infrared, which is fine. I stan it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm. It's like I'm too old to get into the kids speak, but I'm not that old. But like, I don't want to keep up, you know. I'm fine. I'll just use normal words. I really enjoy it. So we've got 5 days till we get a look at Neowise from South Africa. Super stoked. Did I miss anything other than weird comments? Okay, no. Yeah, so there's our Saturn. I'm gonna try and see if I can focus a little better. It's jumping around quite a bit, but most of that is the atmosphere. So that means we're gonna be in trouble with imaging. I just can't believe, yeah, that the predictions for the atmosphere were not right. It's not what was predicted. It was actually predicted to be really good. Yeah, Stellarium is really good, James. You can do scope control with Stellarium, actually. You still have to align your scope with something, but you can do telescope control with Stellarium. Ah, yes, Jupiter and Saturn. Now, planetary imaging is crazy. It's cool. It's fun. It's very frustrating. So you've got to be very you got to push through because there's going to be a lot of failures. I fail constantly, and the thing is, even when you do everything right, you fail a lot of times. So just do it. Definitely do it. And just know that it's going to be tough and that you're going to fail. And this goes for most astrophotography, but it seems like planetary, we really at the mercy of the atmosphere a lot more than other. Because I could be doing DSO tonight without a problem at all. But here I am kind of stuck with planetary, and the atmosphere is in charge, not me. So it's difficult to find a good focus here. Looks better on YouTube than it does in my... It's tough. It's tough to get this focus nailed, especially when it's jumping like this. I don't know, it seems like that's about where we're gonna be. But yeah, so we're only 1 day away now from Saturn Opposition. So it's as bright as it's gonna be today and tomorrow, or maybe the next day. I'm just trying to get it as stable as I can before I do any shooting, and then I'll... This is crazy how it's popping around like that, especially when it's predicted to be so good. Makes me wonder if there's a lot of local issues. Ooh, we should look at Saturn. You want to look at Saturn and methane? Because it's pretty cool in methane. Trying to decide here if I want to bother. Ah, is that what it is, Alfred? Thank you for looking. Yeah, I mean, we've got hardly any jet stream where I'm at now. But yeah, if it's really bad just south of me, then that would be causing some turbulence also. Well, let's see if I can. Hey, I can still see it without my glasses too. Oops, not anymore, now that it decided to go away. Sorry about that, I'll bring it back. But obviously it's the computer screen's right here, so I can see it. There we go. Yeah, I can see it just fine. And Jupiter is also very bright because it's only 5 days away now from opposition, from past opposition, so it's still pretty good. Now, where are we? Can we shoot? That's the question. God, I want this focus to get better. Oh, it just doesn't. Yeah, we'll shoot some and just see, you know. Maybe it'll work. Oh wait, before I do this though, I had a request to try and look at some moons. Maybe gamma's the wrong thing to use. Let's adjust. I might actually have to boost the gain in order to see any moons. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna try and see some moons here if I can boost that. So we're at 400 gain. Remember that. Exposure of 30. Wow. Moons are not wanting to show themselves. Oh wait, yeah they are. They're just really, really hard to see. Okay, so we've the moons are tough. Thank you, James. I could have written it down, but perfect in the comments. Yeah, this is not really. Without shooting and stacking. I mean, I can see there's a moon here. Very difficult for you to see because it's, well, one, it's behind the thing. Let's close that. There is a moon. Saturn moons are so dim. Okay, super hard to see. Ugh, you won't be able to see it on YouTube probably. Okay, there we go. Now we can see some moons. Okay, so now, yeah, we're seeing some moons of Saturn, and the exposure has got to be super high for this. There we go. That's pretty cool. We're only able to see 3. Now we got to figure out which moons those are. Actually, we might be able to see another one here. So yeah, we are seeing I'm going to look at my handy dandy app. Okay, so which moons are those? So we're looking at moons. Yeah, so there's 3. It might be 4. I feel like there's another one hiding down here, which would be like Mimas or yeah, no, never mind. I'm looking at my planetarium here to figure out what moons we are looking at here. There's a lot of moons of Saturn. Okay, so I'm looking at an app that's telling me some things, and what we're seeing now, it looks like let's see, we're looking at Tethys. Is it? Yeah, it looks like we're looking at Tethys, Dione, or Dione, and Rhea. So the ones we can see, those 3 ones is, I think this is Tethys. Tethys? Oh no, dude. Okay, so Saturn has, how many moons does Saturn have now? Like 70? 70 some or more moons, like 70 moons. And these are just the brighter ones that we can see right now. So this is Tethys or Tethys. This is Dione. And then, yeah, and I think this then is Rhea. And then here, super dim, you might be able to see it here and there, pop in as a spot. That would be Enceladus. So there's 4, I think. Yeah, that's Enceladus, whenever that pops in. And then yeah, we won't be able to see Mimas. Jupiter also. Jupiter has 79 moons. I know you can see Enceladus a little better now sometimes. Yeah, these gas giants have lots of moons. A lot of them are very small, very, very, very small, very dim. So we can only really see from Earth, like with our telescopes, like this. We can only see a few of them. Yeah. So we've got 4 moons. We've got Tethys. We've got Dione. We've got Rhea. And Enceladus, sort of. And that's it. So now Hyperion would be up here somewhere. I have no idea how bright that is. Titan, where's... Yeah, so there we go. There's some moons. Pretty cool stuff. There you go. Jupiter 79. Yeah, Saturn's got 82. Yeah, it's winning the race. You Googled, didn't you? Nice. Oh no, I said that. Rob, I see. Wow, there's lots going on. Okay. So let's set this back to normal. This was 30 and this was 400. Okay. So back to that. Crazy buzzy business. And then our clipping box. Haha, yeah, I see that now. I see it was mentioned in the chat now. Yeah, James, 82. Rob Tinsley, 82. I like bazillions. Bazillions is the best. Is the best answer. And they keep finding new ones, like in the rings and stuff, you know? It's how planets form. It's pretty cool. Okay. But I wanna get better focus. I'm gonna get all whiny now. I've got to at least try. We're 1 day away from opposition. I can't not shoot this. Come on, stability. Where are you? I'm just trying to focus here. I keep trying to get it perfect and it's just not going to happen. Wow, and then it just took a huge dive. Okay, well, screw it. I'm just going to start recording and I'm going to see if we can get something out of the deal. Record 10 2-minute shots and I'll just focus the whole time. So yeah, there's your Saturn with 82 moons. You better take a nap now. If you're gonna get up in the morning. I'm not gonna get up in the morning. No. I'm going to sleep because I might have to be out here imaging again tomorrow night. Jeez, this has been 8 nights in a row. 7 nights in a row? Since the 11th? 7, yeah. focus is insane. I also need to repolar align my mount a little bit, I think. You know, we might get something out of this. Maybe. Maybe not. Pretty sure the universe is listening in and like, oh hey, Corey's doing live streams now of his imaging. We're gonna wreck it. We're gonna make it so that it looks like crap all the time. Definitely. Thanks for that universe thing. What do we think? So for the people watching now, what do we think? Is this music thing, like, is it just quiet enough that it's like, makes it interesting? Or does it suck to have the music in the background for you? How do you feel about that? You know, not that I'm gonna, you know, use your opinions to change my mind or anything, but they have weight. They do have weight. I'm not out to get likes and views and stuff. I'm just like, I want to share, but you know, your opinion does have weight, just not as much weight as mine when it comes to my stream. But I do care. I do. I care about you. Yes. All right. Good night, Cindy. Enjoy. Good luck in the morning. I hope you see your planetary parade. Take way more photos than you ever think you need, and you should be fine. You can't hear it. Perfect. How about now? It's just some royalty-free stuff that I have. How about that? Okay, cool. You didn't notice it. That's perfect. That's fine, because it's more for me, really, just to like... Unless you want to hear a little bit of music. Which I can pipe it through, but it's more for just my brain. Keeps my brain going. Tidal Space playlist. Okay, cool. I'll have to check it out. Enjoy. Good luck in the morning. So there's like this music, and then I had like there was a little bit of bluegrass playing there. Had some banjo and some other mandolin instruments and stuff. Dinosaur rock, bring it on. How old are you, James? I'm 41. I turned 42 this year. So basically after this year, I'm done. I'm never going to change my age. 42 is the best age that we could possibly have. So I'm going to go ahead and just stay there. Nothing wrong with a little bit of dinosaur rock. But I can't play it, because if I play it, then YouTube will take off the stream, you know, and they'll mute the thing, and that makes it kind of useless. What's this? You see, then there's stuff like that, and now there's this. I could get my ukulele out and play my ukulele. That'd be hilarious. I might do that to you just to like make it funny. $15. Yeah, but you know, I still like the old rock too, so that's cool. I assume you're talking about like Zeppelin or something like that, which is fantastic. When the Levee Breaks is like one of my all-time favorite songs, no lie. I played the drums when I was a kid in school, and I used to play. And John Bonham was actually one of my favorite drummers back in the day when I was a kid. So I was old school, man. $56. You're young then. You got plenty of time. You're still cool. I don't know if you're cool, but you seem cool. Okay, now that you're putting your ages in here, put in your UTC offsets. I haven't done that for a couple of streams. Oh, I wonder if you can see this. AC/DC. I never liked AC/DC. Call me crazy, but it was never my thing. I never got into it. I didn't like it. I still don't really. I mean, they're fine, but they're not like. It's not my jam. I don't know. I just can't get into that classic rock like that. Obviously, the popular songs. I don't know. -7, very good. Wait, hold on. You're saying you saw AC/DC back in the pub? You saw AC/DC in a bar. That's friggin' awesome, actually. That, I don't even care if they're not my favorite band. I would love to see AC/DC in a bar. Like, not a crappy cover band of them, but an actual, you know, AC/DC. That'd be cool. Or I used to play in bars, in bands as well. And that was one of my favorite things to do. I just loved playing in bars. It was so cool. I love that small experience. Oddly enough, I talked to Dylan O'Donnell quite a bit, and apparently Wolfmother, the band Wolfmother, is from his town, Byron Bay, in Australia, I think. I think they're from Byron Bay, or nearby at least. And so he sees them they play in the bars. So yeah, it's cool to see bands that are like somewhat big in small spaces. It's like the best thing ever. Okay, not ever, but it's pretty darn cool. So that's super sweet, James. That's super awesome. I wish I could play Wolfmother on here. I enjoy Wolfmother. It's a good band too. Since we're talking about music, every once in a while I get into really hardcore stuff. And when I was in high school, not high school, when I was in college, in university, there was come back, you beast. I I suppose you folks in Europe might know them better even, but you remember Slipknot? Midnight Oil. Yeah, I know that band. No, but remember Slipknot? So, interesting story about Slipknot. I was at a big concert, and it was before I knew who they were. And I remember we watched the band before Slipknot play, and then we were walking back out of the crowd to go get a drink or whatever, and we see this crowd of crazy people, all dressed up in the masks and all that stuff, just storming the stage. And holy crap, scared the crap out of me, because I was like, what is going on? Then I realized that they were the Slipknot fans. And so Slipknot's on stage, and I'm way in the back watching this band that I've never heard of. And I thought they were insane. And then a few years later, I started listening to them and got really into Slipknot and like listening to Slipknot. But Slipknot's actually from where I'm from. So the guys in Slipknot, a few of them were school teachers in Iowa, where I'm from, and they're from Des Moines, the capital of the state of Iowa in the States. And yeah, so I used to play in bars, and the lead singer of Slipknot is also named Corey. His name is Corey Taylor. And very oddly, I was playing in a really small wine bar. I played acoustic guitar with a friend of mine, and we were playing in this bar, and at the end of the show, we chat to the people in the crowd, and we're just sitting around, and this woman starts talking to us like, oh, hey, you guys did great. That was a cool set, blah, blah, blah. Talking about whatever. And like, yeah, my husband, he's also in a band. And he plays music. I'm like, oh, cool. That's cool. What's his band name? Like, oh no, and so she was like, my husband plays in bands, and his name's also Corey. Oh, that's cool. And then I was like, what bands does he play in? And she's like, oh, Stone Sour and Slipknot. And I'm just like, what? So I randomly ran into Corey Taylor's wife at the time, ex-wife now, in a bar after one of my shows that I played. It was very, very strange. It was like, I didn't really know what to say. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, interesting. Wow. So yeah, he's in bands. Yeah, no, not like these little silly bands like the ones I play in. But anyway, there's my music story while we look at Saturn and just wait for this thing to image. That has absolutely nothing to do with astrophotography whatsoever. But that's fine. Doesn't always have to be. It's actually getting warm in here. I don't want to turn this heater off. So I've got, looks like, yeah, no, she said it's super casual, and like, I also was like, I tried to stay cool. I was like, oh, yeah, oh no, yeah, cool, that's awesome, wow, whatever. And then I was just like, what do I do now? I have no idea. I'm not good in situations like that. Like if I met like Neil deGrasse Tyson or something like that, in person, I'd just be like, oh, hey, what's going on? Hi, how are you? Hope you're well. Cheers. I wouldn't know what to say or do. It's not like Yeah. And people are just people, you know? So check this out. Look at Saturn. I wonder how well you can see it. Let me make it bigger. So check, you can see the less dense ring inside the A ring here. So like there's the B ring, the A ring, and then I don't remember which ring this one's called, but this dimmer one, you can actually see it, which is awesome. And that may be because of opposition that we can see that so well, because the sun is, you know, reflected off it so well. We can actually see it in the live feed, which I can usually see it in the images if it stacks nicely, but being able to see it in this live feed is actually really cool. I'm impressed. You know, you can see the shadow of that, not the shadow of it, but yeah, seeing through it into the planet. And you can see up here, you know, we are pretty much at opposition because there's really no shadow to be seen on the rings. The Enki gap? No, it's not a gap. It's a less dense version. Let me make it bigger here. Hang on, because I can see it. Sorry, I just made it huge. Center it there. So like there's this not quite as dense ring system here. So there's the B ring and the A ring, and then like this ring system where it's less dense than the A ring and the B ring. Yeah, I mean the gap is there. But yeah, you can see that seeing isn't all that great. I am Yeah, James, I'm the same thing. If I see a celebrity, I kind of like shrug and be like, "Oh, hey, cool. All right." But yeah, why would I hassle them? I don't really want autographs. I'd rather kind of let them be the people, because it's probably the last thing they really want is to be hassled, and it's not like I'm their friends or anything. So it's not like I'd have anything meaningful to say. Just be like, "Hey, wow, whoa." Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Come on, give me some good frickin' atmosphere. This is pissing me off. Every once in a while it looks nice and crispy though. So I'll take that. I think that's about as good as we can get. Yeah, make it normal size here. Seeing is actually, it seems like it's stabilizing a little bit. I don't know. We might get some good stuff out of this. I'm gonna Google the Saturn rings. I don't know, just to see if I can. Oh, here we go. No, that's moons. I want a. I think it's just on Wikipedia, probably. There we go. Rings of Saturn on Wikipedia. Let's just look there. This is where I need Jason Major or something to... major subdivisions. Oh, this is the... Okay, guys. This is, I was wrong. This is the A ring. This outside brighter ring is the A ring. This brightest fat ring here is the B ring. And then this dimmer inside one that I was talking about. Guess what that's called? I will give you a high five if you can guess. This is the A ring. This is the B ring. This is the... Very good, class. The C ring. That's... I feel really dumb now. That's okay. I've got a... Mr. Borgen asks, what kind of motorized focuser do I have? I've got a Prima Lucha Lab Sesto Senso, first generation. Automated focuser. So, and I freaking love it. It's amazing. It's so helpful. Like super helpful. So I've already like captured all the 10-20 minutes of infrared here. It seems like it's getting a little bit better maybe, so I'm going to capture a few more. God, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I should probably sleep because I might be at this again tomorrow. Let's see what it looks like. What's the prediction for tomorrow? Sunday into Monday. Oh, it's bad, actually. That's good news. That means I might be able to get some sleep because it might be crappy. Yeah, I mean, tonight it's supposed to be... Oh, it got less good, actually, since the last time I looked. Okay, well, at least that makes more sense then. It's matching the predictions now. That'll do it every time. The predictions got way more accurate, you know, when you get close because they know what's going on. Revolution Astrofocuser. Oh, okay. I don't know. So with the the installation of the Sesto Senso is super easy, and I love it. It actually works on most telescopes. Also, they have adapters that fit on any telescope, so make sure that you speak to them and get the right adapter for your telescope. That'll fit because it should fit. But also check out the Isato. It's the micro focuser. Super cool product. I actually kind of want one of those, but I'm not going to fork out the cash for it. But it's I think if I had to pick between the Sesto Senso and the Isato, I'd probably get the Isato just because it's a lot more expensive, I think. I don't remember. But I like the way it works better because instead of moving the actual knob, of your telescope, the Isato actually, it goes into your focuser and then it's got its own focus, a micro focuser. So it's a micro focuser. So you kind of use both. Which I love my Sesto Senso. The Sesto Senso 2, if I remember right, I think it has Wi-Fi. so you can control it like with your phone as a motorized focuser, which I wish mine had, because I have to hook up the computer to it to use it. But the second generation you can use Wi-Fi, which is super cool. So I am probably going to let this capture and then call it quits for the evening so that I can catch some sleep. So thanks everybody for joining. I'm gonna go ahead and let this last one finish, and then I'm gonna call it quits for the night, I think. So thanks for watching, everyone. Sorry, that was like an abrupt ending, but yeah. I'll leave you with this view of Saturn because it's just damn nice. Rob, I've tried to shoot Pluto before, but it's basically just a star. It's like 14 meg. Yeah, that feather touch focuser is fantastic. I've actually used the Sesto Senso on the feather touch focuser that's on the APO. I've got a APO 105 millimeter APO, and it's got a 3-inch feather or 4-inch. It's a massive focuser. It's awesome. It's so smooth, and yeah, it's beautiful. You almost don't even need the micro focusing, but it's nice to have. But man, it's a nice focuser. Yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks for popping in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop out here and just let you guys have this view of a bit of a jittery Saturn to end it all. So if you watch to the end, though, I will slew. You can watch the telescope park, so that's actually pretty cool. I'll wait and I'll do that on the stream because I like to watch the telescope park. It's always nice to watch a slewing telescope. There's something about it. It's so satisfying. Okay, so I'm almost done with the capture. It's just not good enough to shoot color. I don't care. Okay. There we go. Done with that. Now I'm gonna go over to this and go ahead and delete that last file because it was super small and I stopped it. So okay, bye Saturn. Cheers. Now, let me go back to here and I'm gonna tell. Now watch the telescope. I'm gonna save the alignment and park it. It knows where to go. Yep, it does. Okay.